Do you know someone who suffers from ADHD? The National Institution of Mental Health defines ADHD as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and it can occur early in childhood and it can also lead into adulthood, sometimes in most cases. Its symptoms can include difficulty staying focused. They aren't able to get tasks done, whether it's school assignments or work assignments. They act impulsively, meaning they're impatient and they just can't wait for something. They can't sit still. They also are very, very hyper. They just don't have that downtime that we all kind of have. We just are relaxed, whereas they are just always like on the go. A few months ago, my son was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 7. Um, and when he was, his teachers pretty much had made me aware of his symptoms and his behavior at school. He was impulsive in the sense that he couldn't be still. He was always getting up and jumping around. He was having trouble staying on task and staying focused on getting work done. And so eventually he just wasn't getting work done at all, and he was actually falling behind his school, and that's when his grades started to drop. At that point, that's when I decided to go to his PCP to see what other options would be besides like the failed attempts that his teachers tried to do and his counselors tried to do, as far as pulling him out of class, setting him by himself, making him do the work. That wasn't working, so that's when I went to his PCP. I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about ADHD, not too much in depth, but I'm just going to give you some quick facts about it and like some treatment options that could be available for it. The few things to know about ADHD is that it occurs in about 8% of children and teens, and that's according to an article written by Nancy Helmick. Um, it is highly heritable, meaning that it's genetic and it can be passed down from family members. So someone in your family could have it if your child has ADHD. Then more than likely, someone in your family has it, or you may have it. It's just undiagnosed. Now that's just according to an article that was written by Nigel Camarelli and Samir McCool, and it's called ADHD from Childhood into Adulthood. Parents and siblings with ADHD are 4 to 5 times more likely to have ADHD themselves. Um, and that's if they have a child with ADHD. Now, most males are going to have it more than the females are. So we're not going to have it as much as a male would. Um, but females would have it. So now that we have the basics about ADHD, um, let's go over some treatment options that are available. For most people, they like to try the therapeutic options. They like to try non-medicinal options over medicine, resulting to medicine. Um, some of those can include playing a sport, whether it's football, basketball, soccer, or baseball, anything that gets the mind stimulated. Some people like to exercise. And this is according to a magazine from an article from Lawler called Improve ADHD Behavior with Exercise. He says that this will create dopamine in the brain, and it creates the attention setter that's needed to get some tasks done. Doing a hobby such as painting, writing, listening to music, solving a puzzle, solving a game, that'll actually help keep the mind active for children. Um, the other options that are available if the therapeutic options don't work is medicinal. Some of these are going to include stimulants such as Ritalin and Concerta. These are primarily the first choice in treating the ADHD for medicine. If that doesn't work, then people will go to antidepressants as well as Wellbutrin and Effexor. This is normally used when the stimulants don't work. Um, and so I've actually given you a little bit of an overview on ADHD. We've explained that, it's a disorder on, having the trouble staying focused. We know the causes. It could be hereditary, and we know the options. There are therapeutic options, and then there are medicinal options. So I do hope that this has helped you with learning about ADHD. And if you know somebody that may have it, if I were you, I would consult with a physician before diagnosing yourself or that person, because what may work for you may not work for them. So that's just an option. Thank you. Bye-bye.